So uncivilized.
Greetings and welcome to the 1/6 Scale Man proudly presents another episode of actually the 80th episode of You Know What It Is. This is Uncivilized Scoundrels. This is the 80th show today. And so glad to be here, man. I am your host, Leo Rockwell. For the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you're always up to date as to what we got going over here on the channel. And I'm definitely not here by myself. I got my brethren with me, man. Vinny, man, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing?
Good to be here. It's been a minute and plus a minute since we've been on to talk about Star Wars. Yes. Yeah, we have some things to discuss for sure. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to hearing everybody's opinions on what's going on over there. And otherwise, I've been good, man. Just enjoying a little bit of winter break time and just getting some things in order, organizing some things, getting a teeny bit of me time before the season turns and I'm back to being busy. So I'm enjoying a little break here and excited to talk Star Wars with these fine gentlemen on the panel with me.
Hell yeah, man. Definitely appreciate having you here, man. And definitely on his, or actually at home, before his excursions at midnight. Yeah, definitely. We got the day walker himself, brother. What's going on with you, man?
Oh, army or not, you must realize you are doomed. How's it going?
Bro,
it's good to see everybody. Well, I am the Senate.
Bro.
So good to be back. Can you believe it? There's actually Star Wars news to talk about. There's Star Wars happenings. Mm-hmm. There's Maul. There's Mandalorian. There's mini M's. Yeah. There's a new video game, new racing game. Yeah. To say the very least. Little shenanigans happening over at Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do we begin? So I'm excited. Let's get into it. Let's get this Star Wars hype train going because I assume, hey, I'm looking forward to next year, but there's plenty to get into this year. So, let's jump on in.
Let's jump on in, man. Definitely. You already know how it is, man. And thank you guys out there for being with us, those who are in attendance. We thank you for coming through and getting ready for this discussion because there's definitely a lot that we are going to talk about tonight. But before we do, got to pay homage to the places, of course, where we get our collectibles and everything that we love in the building. Starting off with this guy, we always got to give homage to Vincent Dunn Art. Definitely make sure that you head on over there to his page if you haven't already. His Instagram page, the link to his store is right there, where you can get shop all original art, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, anime canvas prints, vinyl art, reverse glass painting, sketch cover variant stickers. You can get some commission work done as well. Everything that you need to proceed, Vinny. Let them know.
Yeah, man. Keep it short and sweet. All 11x14 regular size prints. Buy two, get one free. Feel free to head on over there. As Leo mentioned, all sorts of different genres. Hopefully I got something that speaks to your fandom. If I don't, feel free to hit me up. Commissions are open. As always, appreciate the shout out, bro.
Yeah, definitely, man. Appreciate it as always. Also, we got to give a super, man. As always, definitely for coming through. If y'all look, the link to the store is right there on the page, man. Make sure you get on there and hit it up, man. Especially if you're looking for some pieces, incredible pieces here, as you can actually see. Also, got to give a shout out to our guy Ray over there at Underground Figures. It's Underground Ray all day, every day, coming through with the goodness. Again, no NRD, shipping and handling is definitely reasonable. Sign up for that newsletter so you're always up to date as to when your figure's going to arrive, a new figure's being revealed. Create yourself an account because you never know when it might be free shipping or a discount code on the figure choice. Hit him up. He definitely got your back. Also, we want to give a shout out to Ray over there at Hawk Wars Toys. It's Hawk Wars Ray, always coming through with the goodness. Again, proud sponsor of everything that we got going on over there at the Figure Flex Friday Facebook group. And on top of that, your one-stop shop for in-art collectibles, as always. So definitely everything that you need to proceed. Hit him up. Nice little care package, comic book stickers, figures, it works. He got your back. Also, we want to give a shout out to our guy Jacob over there at Comic Relief Comic Collectibles. If you are looking for not just comics, but also if you are looking for figures as well, hit him up. He will definitely take care of you and give you what you need over there as well. Also, we want to give a shout out to Brian Wong over there at Machu Case, Machu Space. If you're looking for an incredible display option, have the mono, but you can get the display option of your choice. All you have to do is go right up at top here where it says Machu Case Mono Accessories. Click on that. You get a chance to see all the cases. Hit him up. He'll definitely take care of you. Last but not least, we want to give a shout out to Tina Cruz, El Deluvio over there on Instagram and Facebook. Again, if you're looking to take your figure experience from here to there, she got you. Hit her up and she'll definitely take good care of you. Let's see who we got in here in the chat with us this evening. I got to give a shout out to Malika Mabane. Thank you for being here, man. As always, we definitely appreciate you. Who else we got in here? We got Chewy's Bandolier. Couldn't stop through. He picked up a bartending job tonight. We'll definitely see him over the weekend. We got Pedro Lopez in the building. Thank you for being here. As always, we appreciate you. Yeah, man, and a few others that will be stopping through as always, man. So it's been a festive, quiet but festive last couple of months. We're gonna save the major talk for a little bit later. But Vinny, you would have been. Now I know you don't, because you don't really watch. We know you don't watch trailers. This is the one thing that we know. You don't watch trailers. Be glad you didn't, because you didn't miss nothing. You didn't miss absolutely nothing, bro. And I say that with reason, within reason, because, bro, this what they did with this one right here, bro. And mind you, this wasn't a trailer. It was a play off of the old Budweiser commercials back in the day,
right,
with the horses. But this one was with tauntauns, stuff like that. And this is what they showed us. This is all they showed us, was them riding a little carriage.
I seen that still, but I didn't have the context. So it was just a play off the old Budweiser.
Yeah, that's all it was. That's all it was. Now, here's the thing, bro. That's fine. But here's where they kind of missed an opportunity. There was no in-game trailer. There was no Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. There was only a few trailers were lagging. It was some that were good, that were cool. I mean, that new Steven Spielberg one was one that I can't wait to see. But this was a perfect opportunity for them to dominate. But they just decided to take this particular route, which is fine. But they need every win that they can actually get at this particular moment. And to do just this, bro, I was like, wow, okay.
At the Super Bowl party I was at, man, it was a lot of eye rolls at virtually every commercial. The only commercial that everybody seemed to like really enjoy was the 80s, 90s sitcom Dunkin' Donuts commercial with all the old, George and Urkel and all that. That was fun. And there was a couple others that got some tepid feedback, but for the most part, it was a lot of just like everybody had already seen most of the commercials, or it looked like AI, or it was a long drawn out commercial that was abstract and it was about nothing, or it was about insurance. Like there was no water cooler talk, trailers or commercials for the majority of the Super Bowl. This would have definitely been a good opportunity for them to have a new trailer. And as much as I always complain about this, from everything I heard from people who've seen the first trailer, it seemed like it was, very lackluster at best reactions to it. And despite, again, the fact that I don't like when they do this, that would be the time where you're like, all right, fine, here's some more. We'll let you get a little bit more. Like, usually they'll show almost the whole damn movie in trailer number one, and then they'll chase trailer number one with the second trailer showing you another half of the movie, and by the time the movie comes out, you feel like you've seen the whole damn thing. That makes no sense to me when it feels like they did their job with the first trailer. But the one time where that would make sense, at least from a business standpoint, would be to do that after the first trailer doesn't get the reaction and feedback that you want. And basically, it just seems like the majority of the talking heads on this film is that it's just a long TV episode. Why do we need this? They definitely do not have the buzz that they would have had a movie dropped after, say, season 2. They lost a lot of their momentum. So to not come up, follow it with a second trailer that gave a little bit more reason to be excited is very curious at best. But it's a very weird time for Star Wars now. It's almost like a lot of the usual tactics have switched up, as you opened up the show talking about how there hasn't been much, and you and X both mentioned about how there hasn't been much news. Think about how it's been for the last 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
Every week there's some kind of news, and it's usually bullshit, but it's news. And we keep complaining about that, saying, stop telling us shit that don't mean shit. Just shut up if you don't got nothing to say. That seems like what
they're doing.
They got something to say.
Yeah.
The problem with that is, it's show business, baby. If you ain't making news, people are gonna forget about you. Even Star Wars, because Star Wars ain't the only dancing in town no more. You got to give them something. So this would have been an opportunity to, again, it would have been for me, but it would have been a good time to be like, hey, we here, because to us the Filoni news is exciting and there's a lot of stuff on the horizon. Average person on the street don't know anything about the head of Disney or Lucasfilm, I mean, and what's going on. Like the average person just thinks that there hasn't been anything Star Wars worthy to talk about in a year.
Yeah, so, that's true. That's it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. X, what's your thoughts on this, man?
I admit, when I first saw this trailer, I chuckled because I'm just like, oh, that's fun. That's funny. But then I started to think about it from just took a step back, and I'm just like, that was fun for a Super Bowl trailer if you were advertising The Mandalorian season 4.
Yeah,
on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
this is supposed to be a trailer to build hype for a movie that's coming out in 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
That a lot of people have forgotten about, that I every now and then forget is happening, which is so weird to say with anything Star Wars related. There's a Star Wars movie coming out. Yeah, I forgot there's a Star Wars movie coming out. And am I excited for this Star Wars movie? Not yet. I want to be excited for this Star Wars movie, but I think that this trailer was also curious because, as you mentioned, it was a play on the Budweiser commercial. How many people still remember that Budweiser commercial is the thing. I remember it, but then a ton of people are like, I have no idea what was that about.
I know what you're exactly, bro.
They have no idea what this is.
Yeah, if you're under 30, maybe even under 40, you don't remember that shit.
Yeah. So there's also that. So you have this one major opportunity to make a splash. You got so many eyeballs. This is the time that people do flock. This is the time people actually do want to watch the commercials. Although fewer and fewer, I guess, are wanting to watch commercials these days.
Mm-hmm.
But the landscape apparently has changed in that, the commercials, a few years back, the commercials started coming out well before the Super Bowl, so it's like, okay, you're not going to save the commercials for the Super Bowl. Had this been a commercial for the trailer, I think we would have been better served. You would have still had your fun, Super Bowl parody trailer, commercial things to talk about. It's cute, great. But then follow that up with an actual trailer to get, people excited, to get people up on their feet, to give them something to look forward to give them a reason to go to the theater. Because if I'm being honest, Disney kind of shot themselves in the foot when it came to giving us so much Star Wars at once. They're like, here's the TV show. Now here's another TV show. Now here's another TV show. And now they're like, go to the movie theater. It's like, well, or I could just wait for this to be on TV, which is what you trained me to do. You trained me to wait and see these things on Disney Plus.
TV,
I'm paying for Disney Plus. You know, a lot of people are. I'm not paying for it right now, but a lot of people are paying for Disney Plus like it's a freaking mortgage. They just they're just paying for it every month, whether they watch it or not. And so now you want people to pay for Disney Plus, and you want them to go and buy a ticket to see this in a theater, which is about the cost of a month of Disney Plus for one person.
For one person, yeah.
So it's trying to break people out of that mindset of how do you get people up off their damn couch when you've trained people to be on their couch. And a lot of what I've seen so far looks like The Mandalorian season 4.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting.
It
for
almost
at the
feels
end of
like
the
that
commercial.
too.
Yeah, I'm waiting for at the end of the commercial for you to see the Disney Plus logo, and you're not seeing it. Instead, it's like, no, it's going to be in a movie theater. It's like, okay. It just doesn't feel like we're going to have a Star Wars movie in 3 months, but we're going to have a Star Wars movie in 3 months, and it's going to be called The Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that this is going to be a fun movie. It's going to be a fun movie. It's going to look great. It's going to sound great. It's going to be bigger than the show ever could have been, because that's what it needs to be.
Yeah.
But they had a chance to build hype, and whoever did their marketing, whoever decided on this marketing decision at Disney, Disney was the one who decided, they decide what goes out into commercials and whatnot. It's not Lucasfilm, it's Disney. They fumbled the ball.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
They had this opportunity. It was theirs to lose. And this is what they led with. It's like, okay, that was it. That was all.
Yeah.
You realized 3 months.
Yeah.
Now just imagine if they had Luke take Grogu to go train and then did season 3 without Grogu. Book of Boba Fett without Grogu. Imagine if Grogu was coming back in the movie.
That would be something where you see just this, and then you see him get the reins, and all of a sudden the people are like, oh my God, Baby Yoda's back. Give them something. Go to the movie, because guess what? Baby Yoda's back in the movie. Holy crap. It's Baby Yoda. And it's almost too much of a good thing. I mean, I think this movie is going to be exactly what it is showing. I think it's going to be exactly that. It's going to be the Mandalorian and Grogu. We might see Grogu doing more, we might actually hear Grogu speak. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's got to be larger than life, just because that's what Star Wars is. Otherwise, you've made it into what it currently is. It's going to remain that way, which is small on TV.
Bro, I here's the thing, bro. I was looking. The hype just isn't. Or let's just call it the way it is. The hype is not there. It just isn't there. The trailer that came out before was forgettable. It was, because like you said, it just felt like I was watching a Disney Plus episode. It wasn't a cinematic experience as far as a trailer would, it wasn't something to draw me in. And I hate having these conversations about something that I love so much, bro. Like, I hate talking about something that I really, really love. That you just decided that you're not putting as much money into the marketing that you should. Now, here's the thing. Maybe they're hiding something. Maybe there are certain things that they just don't want us to see, because we can't see these things because they wanted to be this big surprise. And okay, that's cool. I get that. But now is the time that you need to do that, because people are just not as interested in this IP. It's become a laughing stock, bro. It literally has. And that's the sad part. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I try to take Vinny's approach and not watch the trailer, this would have been something that I would have expected and wanted to see, because I wanted to be a win. Bro, how Force Awakens dropped, bro, that was the talk when that trailer dropped, that was the talk of like an entire year before
That was
before the movie.
exciting. That was, it
Bro,
was shocking. You didn't know what it was until you knew what it was, and all of a sudden you're like, "Whoa, is this a
yeah.
Star Wars trailer?
Yes,
Whoa,
bro. Yes.
whoa!" It
It was
was just
exciting.
one thing after another, and then it ends with the Millennium Falcon and the music, and it had people on their feet. I still
Yeah,
remember it. Yes,
bro. It
it
was
was fan
exciting.
flipping tastic.
Exactly. It was the excitement. The excitement of Vinny. You know what it was, bro. When we got together and we went to the movie theaters, A Great Escape. That movie was packed, bro. I ain't never seen so many people in the theater. We were in the line. It was packed because you knew what people wanted to experience and you knew what they were going for, bro.
Yeah.
And that was the beauty of it. It was the experience, but it was the trailers, the marketing, and how they drew us in, bro. Now it's almost like what people have been saying. Has it been a mistake that Disney took this IP and did what I don't know. We just gotta wait and see, bro.
They're unfortunately in a very similar boat that Marvel found themselves in, where no matter how good uh, Thunderbolts or Fantastic Four was, they had to win back the public's trust. So one big movie, no matter how good it wasn't going to be enough to say Marvel's back. So this is a big Hail Mary for them because this is their first film since uh, Episode 9, which tanked so badly for them. They needed this. Well, they needed the hype for this to be great. But let's say the trailer was great. To be fair, it wouldn't matter that much more because everyone is still so soured on Star Wars for all the reasons that we've already mentioned. The sequels, have been so shit on, and to X's point, this is a TV show film that people are used to watching at home and not having to go to the theaters to see. So even if the first trailer was bananas, they still would have had their work cut out for them to wait and see how the film did when it hits. Because for all we know, they are holding back and they don't want to talk much about it because there's not much that they can say that people are going to be excited about without spoiling it, and they want to save that. Now, if that's the case, then great. And then it comes out and it's better than expected. Then even in that situation, you have a Thunderbolts on your hand where people finally went to see Thunderbolts. It's not something that people were necessarily looking forward to, but they were pleasantly surprised, and they were like, "Oh shit!" Marvel may be like turning this ship around. And then you had the Fantastic Four, which would have back in the day probably done much better than it did, but they're like earning trust back, and they have to chip away at that. So even if this turns out to be a Thunderbolts type film where people weren't really checking for it or counting on it to be great, but it did turn out to be great, and you got word of mouth, and people were like, "Oh yeah, okay, you know what? They're getting their shit together." You need another hit after this, and then another. Like you have to regain the public's confidence in your IP so that you are no longer at this weird trying to please everybody and pleasing nobody situation where you're just you lack confidence in yourself, and that really seems to be what has happened with at least the film side of things, where they have felt like they're too afraid to fail, so they're just not trying at all because it's been so long since they put out a film after just a barrage of films. So hopefully they're in a quality over quantity stage where they have a lineup that they feel more confident about by the time we're actually seeing it. But I'm hoping that there's more than meets the eye, and the film is great. Season 3 really, I think season 3 really hurt the hype for this film, and it sucks because I watched season 1 and 2 like it was some of the great Star Wars content we've ever had. To me personally, I loved it so much, and especially the way season 2 ended. I just think about how much more faith everyone would have had if season 3 had been better, if Grogu had been held back strategically, and then you go into season, a film, like with the reuniting, maybe even more Luke stuff. And you had so much more reason to be excited about it being something more than a TV movie. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see, bro. That you're right. We will definitely see. I don't know. Let us know what y'all what
There should be Mandalorian shit everywhere. There was
everywhere right now, bro.
what was the last Star Wars movie where the year before you couldn't turn your head without seeing Star Wars merchandising, as Mel Brooks so famously said, leading up to all those previous, even Episode 9, you couldn't throw a rock without hitting a Star Wars version of whatever's wherever you were at. There was Star Wars something, pushing Rise of Skywalker. So it's sad because it goes hand in hand. You can't just wait for people to be excited and then start putting shit out. It's a machine. You got to feed that machine. You got to make people think I'm missing out on something. There should be. Why is there not Happy Meal toys with Mandalorian? Like you shouldn't be able to walk out your house without seeing his face on the bus and toys in the Happy Meal and popcorn buckets and all the stuff. Like I'm not seeing that. Because we're just 3 months away, right? Isn't it like June or July?
Yeah. I at this particular point, bro, I don't know if you will.
Yeah,
that's just it. That's it. I don't know if you will, and that's. I think that's basically where we are right now with this, bro. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
May. It's coming out in May.
May. Wow.
Literally, it's May 22nd.
Yeah, so 3 months.
3 months.
Jeez.
I mean,
so sad.
I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I hope it's exciting. I hope it's fun. I hope, that it's just a really well-made film with a fun story that people will get excited about. And it's going to have to be a lot of it's going to have to be word of mouth. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's a whole set of people that we just don't know about who are just over the moon excited for this film. Maybe it's small kids. I don't know. We're just like, they want to see the baby Yoda. They would like to see the baby.
That's like they're betting on, bro. I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like this, this was I don't even think this was 30 seconds.
Oh God, I don't even think it was 30 seconds. No,
I don't think
if it was. I'd be surprised, but yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe this wasn't for me. I don't know.
It probably wasn't, bro. Who knows? I want to move on to this, bro, because I actually watched this today. They brought it up last night on Say What Wednesday X, and I actually watched it, bro, and the shit was good.
It was good.
It was really good, bro. I was like, oh shit. The dialogue, the story, what they did with Kylo was like, okay. Like, yeah, bro. This would have been, now mind you, this was AI created. We know. But this shit was dope. Like, it was so. Vinny, have you seen this yet?
I didn't know. I don't even know what it is. I'm out the loop.
It's Duel of the Fates. It's basically a short created film. A very short created. It's like an episode almost.
It's like a film with AI.
Yeah.
It's almost like a trailer.
It's almost like a damn trailer, bro.
Like a trailer for the movie Duel of Fates.
Fucking dope. I saw that shit and I was like, yo, wow. This is amazing. Like, this is really, really, really amazing. And I saw it and I was like, yo, see, yeah, I can get on board with this, bro. But then I had to remember it's AI. It was like, it's AI. But the thing is, whoever created this and engine this was phenomenal, bro. I actually loved it. Like, I loved watching it. It really got me hyped for what could have been until I realized it will never be.
And you've read the script? Have you read the script for Duel of the Fates?
I read
for the original episode 9 because it's fantastic. Yeah. And this is a lot of that, where it's just like, yeah, this is what we would have gotten had they gone with that script.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard bullet points about it. I didn't read it, and there was a lot of tremendous ideas in there.
Yeah,
bro. It was so dope. Like if you would have seen it, well, you can still watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out, bro. Like make sure you do, because it's definitely, you know, again, it's noticeably at the end, like, or even in bits and pieces, even with the battle sequences, it's noticeably AI. You can tell in certain sequences, but the dialogue is so good. Like, and it means a lot, and it makes so much sense. They brought in Mortis and everything, bro. Like it's definitely worth watching. And I'm like, yo, people are creating these films because of what they actually want to see on a big screen. It's like you're creating this to throw Star Wars or throw Lucasfilms and Disney hints. Like, yo, this is what we like.
30 years.
Yeah.
30 years of books, fan films, fan fiction, comic books, a whole world of Star Wars fan-driven media that is so good that it's lore to so many people. And it's really sad that you know, that Disney has no interest in not only what, you know, Lucas had in mind for the franchise going forward, but what the fans wanted.
Mhm.
And on top of that, they don't seem to really have many ideas of their own. So it's just like, we don't know what to do, but we don't want to do what you think we should do. So we're not going to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely don't want to do what y'all want us to do. So sorry.
That's the thing. It's like, do they actually have a vision that? Do they have a vision? Do they have actually an idea that they're willing to have? They're having the courage to stick to and execute. Because George Lucas, believe it or not, you know, he's like, hey, here's my vision for, you know, Star Wars. And yeah, you had, you know, people coming in and editing and all that stuff, but he's like, here's Star Wars. This is how it works. Mm-hmm. And the first movie, he had no idea whether or not, he did not think it was going to work. He did not think it was going to be well received, but he put it out there as best he possibly could. Mm-hmm. And I would hope that everyone at Disney, or everyone at Lucasfilm, I mean, Disney, ultimately Disney is also pulling the strings here, is saying, hey, you want to make this film? Great. Make your film. And do you believe in it? Great. Put it out. And it either works or it don't. But a lot of these are playing it way too safe. They're just an absolute mess. Because it feels like too many cooks in the kitchen. Yeah. You know, one Acolyte being one of them, where it's just like, I feel like this was chopped up way more than it should have been to draw it out. Had it been a succinct set of episodes, a tight story that moved really fast, it would have been one thing. Instead, you had whole episodes where it's just like, nothing happened. Nothing happened. You got to wait until next week. You know, and wait a whole week. But it's like, nothing happened. It was just people walking.
Exactly. That
It's still insane we're not getting a follow-up to that. It's insane.
Yeah.
Comic book or something. Give us a novel, give us a comic. Hell, someone make it in AI at this point. Just make it in AI. I have a feeling you could probably do it just fine. Just make it. Because what we were saying, and something I had said before, is that if Disney isn't making the Star Wars that people want to see, people will make their own Star Wars. And now they've always been making their own Star Wars to some degree. I mean, hell, you've been making your own Star Wars ever since you got the action figures and you're, you know, acting out your own little adventures in your backyard in the sandbox. But now the sandbox is artificial intelligence that looks photoreal, that looks like an actual film.
Yeah.
And pretty much everyone can do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Before, if you wanted to make a fan film, even if it was just some 10-minute fan film, it would cost these creators tens of thousands at least. So now it costs a computer program. So we're gonna have so much more of the fan film type content, and it's sad because, you know, people are going to give them, like you said, people are going to give themselves what they want if you don't. And it just speaks to how hungry people still are for Star Wars content. And you ignore that because when you give them bad Star Wars content, they shit on it, and you just assume the entire world doesn't want to see Star Wars content anymore because they're shitting on the bad stuff or stuff that is controversial, and you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater because you don't have the foresight to see that they're starving they want to love you. You're you know what I mean? You're playing hard to get. You're not letting them, help them help you. Like,
yeah, right.
Help me help you, help
me. Yeah, bro. Help me help you, bro.
I mean, they can do controversy as long as you commit to it. You did The Last Jedi, and you made choices in The Last Jedi. If you'd done this right after Last Jedi, I think people would have been perfectly fine with the choices you made in Last Jedi if this is what the 9th film would have been, because it all would have come together in a way that made sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Instead, because the 9th, the middle film, Episode 8 is where stuff's supposed to go to shit. It's where, the heroes are supposed to lose. It's The Empire Strikes Back. It's the middle chapter. It's where things go to shit. That's how it's supposed to go.
They turned it into our political system, where every time a new guy comes in, he spends his whole term shitting on what the previous guy did, and he doesn't do anything new. He's just trying to fucking put shit back how it was, and then the next guy comes in, and they just spend their whole term replacing that, and nothing ever fucking changes. It's just back and forth. So it's, if they would, because Episode 9 was just, Last Jedi was 2 hours of shitting on Episode 7, and Episode 9 was 2 hours of shitting on Episode 8. And so what did we accomplish here? Fucking nothing.
Nothing.
Somehow Palpatine returned. That's what happened.
Yeah,
somehow. It's like, no.
Somehow you
fucked. No, it's the first Star Wars movie that made no sense.
Yeah, somehow you fucked up the sequels we all waited 40 years for.
Somehow, but then somehow we keep ending up in this sandbox that is so damn small. It's like, get away from the Skywalkers. Do Knights of the Old Republic. Just get away from all this stuff.
Or do the Skywalkers. Like, make up your mind, though. You can't half-ass all your
What do you want to do?
It's like, we don't want to piss anybody off, so we're going to fucking dip our, finger in all these different try to spin all these plates at the same time, so we don't piss anybody off, and then we don't have a complete thought.
See, that's the thing. George Lucas was not all about, who am I? I'm going to please everyone. George was like, I'm going to tell my story.
Yeah.
And if people like it, great. If they don't, they can go pound sand.
Yeah. That's just the way it was, bro. Like, you like it, you like it. If you don't, sorry for you. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? But bro, like,
anyone who's upset about the prequels, well, look at what people apparently love the prequels now. Also, the prequels gave us the Clone Wars, which, people love the Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. So it's not for nothing, oh, it was a failure. It's like, was it? Was it really?
Was it really?
Or was it just not for you?
Yeah. Was it just something that didn't sit well, or it didn't go the direction that you thought the creators should have took it when they created it and it was their vision? So I don't know.
Prequels is a solid damn story. Like, look, what's
a solid cohesive story.
Solid, exactly.
From Episode 1 to Episode 2 to Episode 3. And I never really understood. I mean, I can get certain aspects of it, but I really didn't understand why people shit on it as much as they did. Because I thought it was entertaining as fuck. You know what I mean? And we got aspects of it. I mean, who would have known that the first film, we got a Sith wielding a double-bladed lightsaber. You know what I mean? The first time that we've actually seen that on screen. Yeah. This shit was fucking phenomenal, bro. I ain't give a shit about how you felt about Jar Jar. I'm seeing some amazing shit. I'm seeing a pod racing.
I was gonna say, show me the pod race. All right, check this shit out.
Yeah, like, I'm seeing that. Second film, who thought that I would actually see that many Jedi in one arena? You know what I mean? That was shit that I never thought I would ever see before, bro.
Yep. Show me a battle like the likes of which, at the time at least, we've never seen before. Which is, all right, here are these clones going up against. It was just awesome. It was awesome. Yeah, bro. It was just great.
That's what I'm saying.
Show me Obi-Wan like fist fighting with Jango Fett in the ring.
With Jango Fett, bro. You know what I mean? Like, show me some shit like that. Show me him hanging off of a damn thin ass fishing wire string that could have cut his damn
that makes
hands
me
off.
squirm every time I see it too. I'm like,
Every
how are
time
you
I
doing
see that, how did you do that? That shit hurts, bro. You ain't using the force. That shit hurts. Admit it. You know what I mean?
And the best thing the prequels have ever
Force
shown
gloves.
us,
Yeah.
which is the Force Dash from episode 1. That
Please
we
don't
only
get
ever
me
see.
started with that
X,
shit,
don't-
bro.
Don't get
Don't get
on the
me
Force
started with that shit, bro. For real.
Show us something we've never seen. Now, never do it again.
Never, bro. How? I mean, make that make sense, bro. I know it was for theatrics, but make that make sense. You couldn't speed your ass up there to help your master, bro. Shit, and get past this shit. Make that make sense to me, man. Nobody can. Bro, that's just like Iron Man 2. Sorry, Brody. That's a one-off. Can only use it one time. The fuck? You know what I mean? Just, man, I don't know, bro. That shit. But anyway, we can go on about that. but this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, this is what fans want. This is what we want. And I'm hoping, and which we'll talk about later, I'm hoping that it's something that can be delivered eventually. Who knows? We'll see. But it is what it is. Everybody out there, man, let me know what y'all think. What's popping? What's up, Force Ghost, man? Thank you for being here, brother. Moving on, man. Let's talk about this, bro. We got to talk about this because I, for one, am very, very, very excited about this coming up, and that's Maul Shadow Lord. Again, what we know so far is that this basically takes place between the Clone Wars. Well, Clone Wars episode, what is it? Is it season 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7.
It's between season 7 and Rebels, right?
Yep.
So this takes place in between that particular time. And what I'm wondering is, in which they never talked about, they never said, because this is Maul Shadow Lord, of course. I'm going to ask you, X, do you think there's a possibility that we might see Kira?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it would make perfect sense if Crimson Dawn is going to be any part of this. Even the start of Crimson Dawn, it makes perfect sense that it's how we know it, Crimson Dawn, then it makes perfect sense that we would see Kira, because he does hand it off to Kira at some point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he does train Kira. So the idea that we wouldn't see now, whether we'll see it, in this iteration or whether we'll see it a little later, but it makes absolute sense that Kira would show up, especially if you read the comics and you see how important Crimson Dawn is to actually taking down the Empire. Return of the Jedi would not have gone the way it did if Crimson Dawn wasn't out there meddling, and destabilizing the Empire and, drawing their focus. So Crimson Dawn actually is actually quite important to Star Wars under Kira. So no, this is a perfect opportunity, especially if we're talking about underworld, shenanigans. Then I want to see that. I want to see Prince Shizor. I want to see the Falleen, and I want to see all the underworld goodness. I want to see more of the TK troopers. I want to see, what the Emperor was going to, what his plans are, especially if he's like, yeah, I know Maul's still out there. And I don't like the fact that Maul is still out there. Yeah. Apparently, Morak is going to maybe meet his end at the hand of Maul. So, that's also, for the character that when we got them in Ahsoka, it's like, Morak, yeah, this is,
And the character that could be or possibly be, well, no, because she won't be. In this iteration, I don't know if that's what they're going to be, but Darth Talon, I don't know if that's what we're going to get in this iteration of it. But from what we see so far, it looks like it's going to be pretty dope. And it's more Maul, one of my favorite characters, more stories to tell. I'm just, again, and it's animation, and we know that they do animation well, and we know that this version of animation and the way they've done it, bro, the scope, the color, it is incredible, bro.
it looks visceral, violent, savage. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm here for that. I'm here for
Yeah.
that. Do something different. And every animated show does something just a little bit different in terms of the style, all of that. And I think this is no different in that it's going to show us something we've never seen before, show us the characters doing things we've never seen before, and tell us some stories that are interesting.
Yeah. And that's what I think they'll do with this. I mean, come on, they got Sam Witwer, voicing Maul as always. Could you imagine if they could you imagine if Ray Park really voiced Maul for real, bro? Right, yeah.
That'd be like, oh God, what's his name? Oh God, who is the? I'm blanking on this. Who's the actor who played Darth Vader?
David Prowse.
David Prowse. That'd be like David Prowse voicing Darth Vader. It's like, probably should change that voice.
Yeah, nah.
Everything else is great, but the voice just ain't cutting it.
Not at all, bro. Bro, did you see the interview of how when Ray Park found out that he said he found out when he found that it wasn't him, he said he saw the cut and they just told him they were going to make some modifications, just that third, but they never told him that whatever. He saw the cut. He was like, wait, that's not me. it's like, wait, that's not me. And they were like, well, we know, he's like, oh, okay. He said, I was kind of sad at first, but then I got it, and he said, I think they made up for it because they did put me in another scene, which he was in he was one of the actual, the guards on Naboo. You know what I mean? So they did throw him in to one particular scene to make it up. But I was like, yo, that's some funny shit. Who the hell thought? Where the hell did you think they were going to use your voice, bro? You sound like Mickey Mouse, man.
I think actually David Prowse had a similar situation where he thought he was going to.
Yeah, he did.
They were like, actually, no, we're going to maybe tweak this ever so slightly, and that we're going to replace you entirely with someone who's way better in terms of voice acting.
They're like, yeah, bro.
No shade against David Prowse, but you're no James Earl Jones.
Nah, you're definitely not. But yeah, I mean, are you excited about the show, Vinny?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't looked much into it, so I'm just going into it knowing Maul and animation. That's really all I need to know.
Yeah.
Still, we talk a lot about their creativity with the IP, and that's more a criticism of big screen. Small screen, they've been far more creative, and then 100 times over, animation. That's where we've all been eating. That's where we've all been eating for a long time. That's where we get I don't know, less overreach, less interference. I'm not sure why that's always the case with so many big IPs, whether it be Disney with how whether it be DC with how great their animated films were for decades with Batman and Justice League and stuff like that, while the films were so much more throttled with Disney and Star Wars. It's always been kind of this bizarre relationship where when it comes to the animation, it's as fun and creative as when the fans have a hold of it. So at this point, anytime there's animation, anything with Star Wars, I can't wait. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, just for the fact that they've have a very good reputation when it comes to animation, that you're going to get something extremely creative and refreshing. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah,
even though it's Maul, and a lot of people have their qualms with Maul. Some people love them, some people are tired of seeing them, or felt like we've got plenty of them. To me, he's one of the greatest Star Wars characters we've ever got. I love seeing Maul.
I love Maul, bro.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see more from him for sure. All the criticism about other stuff you want to see, I don't think we need to take away Maul to get those things. You want to see Knights of the Old Republic instead? I say, how about also?
Yeah.
Well, isn't it weird because we were talking about the prequels earlier, and it's the character that's now 27 years old, and we're who would have thought in 2026? I'm excited for the new Darth Maul show. The new what? Trust me, you just you'll like it. It'll be great. It'll be it'll be special. People like Darth Maul. People like Darth Maul. Yes, people also like Jar Jar. Really? What year is it? It's called The Kids That Watched the Prequels Liked the Prequels.
Yes. It's like Back to the Future. You guys might not be ready for this, but your kids are gonna love it.
Yeah,
exactly. It's exactly that. Yep.
Exactly. Your kids are gonna love it, and it's a character that. But then again, we're talking about Maul, who's a character that is sustainable. He's had his footprint on pretty much everything. It was a very unique character that was created. One that I think, again, you think about it, bro. Without a Maul, you probably wouldn't have a Kylo Ren, to be quite honest, because they have to keep upping the ante on what they do. I mean, bro, like we go from Kylo to Count, from Maul to Count Dooku, bro. Whoever thought we would ever see the great the late great as a Sith, bro? Are you like, that's what I'm saying? Like, there's always advancements there, bro. You came in X, the quote to use. I was like, damn, he just reminded me. I still haven't opened up. He's still in the box. You know what I mean? Because
Grievous is amazing. You need to open that Grievous.
I need
Grievous is incredible. It'll stand up on its own. It's amazing. And it lights up. It's amazing.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna finally open up my Grievous this weekend, man. But again, like, we've gotten some incredible things, bro, and Maul was one of them. Like, so I'm definitely, Maul is, I told you, bro, like, one of my favorite characters after, Vader and all that. I love Maul. So I'm glad. I'm pretty happy about this show. And I can't wait till it comes out. Everybody out there, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments below, of course. Let's move on, though, man. We got to move on. We got to move on. We got to move on. So we already know that it was announced, but about a month ago now, it's about a month ago, a few weeks ago now, that both Lin-Wen Brennan and Dave Filoni are now the co-CEOs or no, they're not CEOs, they're presidents of Lucasfilm, or that division and everything. So again, everybody and all the whiners and everybody who is upset about Kathleen Kennedy being there, which again, I still say that your anger and frustration towards her in some ways is kind of misplaced, because again, she wasn't the one that was making all of the decisions, and also some of the decisions that she did make, you wouldn't have got Mandalorian if it wasn't for her. You wouldn't have got Andor if it wasn't for her. You wouldn't have got Rogue One if it wasn't for her. You know what I mean? Like, all these things and the decisions that she made to bring certain things in, I think, she didn't make, there were some questionable things. And again, there were some things that we shouldn't have ever heard. It shouldn't have came out in the media, but that's just the way this shit works. But still, hey, I celebrate her accomplishments. I love her as a producer, one of the greatest producers of all time. You would never take that away from her. And obviously, George Lucas saw something in her. It just didn't work out for that vision. And what, again, now succession for her would be Dave Filoni and Lin-Wen Brennan. Now, everybody, unfortunately, and this is, and I'm not saying this to be mean, bro, because it is what it is. When you think about this, yes, they are co-presidents. But honestly, bro, when people think about it, they're focused on Dave Filoni. You know that. That's just the way it is. They're focused on Dave Filoni. They want to see where he's now. The accomplishment and the wins that we've gotten from him, we've gotten, Clone Wars, all the way up to season 7. Some of the animated shows that we've gotten, as far as like the Bad Batch, as far as, Rebels. We've gotten a lot of really, really good stuff from him. We got Ahsoka live action, which, I mean, I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Man. We could talk about Ahsoka. I'm sorry. Apparently, it was a race against time. Oh God, we gotta stop Thrawn. Next scene, she's just sitting quietly as they're slowly hovering across the ground, and she's meditating. I'm like, I'm sorry, I thought you had somewhere to be. Do you not need to stop Grand Admiral Thrawn? No, it's not a race against time. Does Thrawn only know that it's a race against time? You think you have all the freaking time in the world?
Yeah. And then he salt on the wound by leaving your ass. So here's my thing. Do you think, but even with the season the way it was, and some people definitely weren't as excited with the season, because of where they went with it. And I understand it, I get it. But even with that basically being said, though, right, it did set up some very interesting things in what is to come.
Yes.
Of course, Mortis, the Book of Mortis, we know basically this is where they are. The father, the mother, and who we might actually get, Abeloth. I'm hoping that we see Abeloth in this next season. But again, that was the test for him, bringing that in live action, its own show, just to basically see it. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of flaws there. He sees it now. Let's make it happen. Second season, let's make the second season better. But here's the thing. Some of the biggest complaints is Dave Filoni going to be all about Ahsoka and the characters that he's created? Is he going to basically lend all his attention on that particular world and not expand it? You know what I mean? Like, are we just going to stay stuck in this particular world? And I'm like, look, bro, the dude just got the job. You know what I mean? He just got it. But this also goes to my argument that all those people that were talking shit about Kathleen Kennedy, you don't think it's going to happen with Dave Filoni? You're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself, because he's going to do something that's going to piss people off, or he's not going to give you what you want. And everybody's going to be talking about, we got to get Dave Filoni out of there. It happens with everybody. Hell, you did that shit with fucking George Lucas. And he created. I was
going to say, they did that with George Lucas.
You know what I mean? You did that shit with him for the prequels.
George Lucas threw up his hands and went, fine.
Yeah,
I'm out. Fine.
Yeah, he said, fuck
Enjoy
it.
I'll give it to Disney.
And then when I sell you, then when I sell and give to Disney, I'm like, no, we was just playing. Come back. I'm like, man, fuck y'all. No.
There's no pleasing you people. And there really is no pleasing you people. There's no pleasing you people. Because you'll have something as great as Andor, and then you've got people going, that's not Star Wars. It's like, okay. Then you'll have something that's essentially live action, Star Wars animation in the form of like Ahsoka, and people are like, that's not how the Force works. It's like, okay. It's been around so long that everyone's got their opinions of what is and what isn't Star Wars, that it's kind of all over the place. When in reality, if you look at what we got from, the Kathleen Kennedy era, we got a little bit of everything. We got some serious television. We got some serious and fun animation. We got some great films. There were more hits than misses, I would say, during Kathleen Kennedy's time at Lucasfilm. And again, Lucasfilm is operating under the House of Mouse. So anyone would be kidding themselves if they didn't realize just how much influence Disney has over the decisions that are being made and what's coming out of, they wanted to make their money back. They wanted to make their billions of dollars back that they spent on so I think that with Filoni at the helm, I think I'm hopeful that he'll be able to get out of his own head.
Yeah.
Because he knows Star Wars so well, but it's like he's shackled to the ideas, the dogma of Star Wars, and one of the things I heard, which gave me pause, and you can read articles about this, is that he wouldn't have actually gone ahead with something like Andor, like he didn't, he didn't, particularly care for Andor. I'm like, so is it possible that if something like Andor came along and Dave Filoni was running the show, that Andor would not have been made? And if that's the case, then like, okay, then what would you have made instead of that? Would it have been just all your characters? Is that it? Is that what you want Star Wars to be? And he does animation really well.
Yeah.
He does animation really well. Do I think Ahsoka season 2 is going to be better than Ahsoka season 1? I do. I think he learned a lot. He's still getting his feet wet with live action.
Yeah.
Definitely still getting his bearing with live action.
Yeah.
Live action doesn't work the same as animation, and he's
No.
figuring that out real fast. I think he learned a lot. And I think Ahsoka season 2 is going to be infinitely better than Ahsoka season 1.
Yeah.
I just wonder, just like everyone, it's kind of exciting to go, okay, where are you going to take this?
Like, where is it going to go?
Where's it going to go? Where's it going to go? Are you going to pivot us away from television and get us back into movie theaters? Give us a reason to get back into movie theaters?
Yeah.
Are you going to double down on, TV? How's it going to look? And I think it's all over the place right now with every entertainment company, to be absolutely honest, whether it's Warner Brothers or Netflix, or not Netflix necessarily, but Warner Brothers or Disney, where it's just like, okay, do we want things in theaters, or do we want people on our streaming services? Okay, now how does AI work with all of everything? How does any of this work? And oh no, people didn't like the thing that we put out. Well, what do we do? Do we double down, or do we try to appease everybody? It's all over the place. It's all over the place, and people are afraid to take risks because they have shareholders to appease.
That part. And that's where it becomes a dangerous game. And again, because Dave Filoni is so new, and because he's not as experienced, is it more of an opportunity for these shareholders and these companies to say, oh, fucking no, you got to listen to us and do what we want you to do? We want you to give us a Michelob or Budweiser commercial. You know what I mean? It's what we want you to do. So I don't know. Vinny, what you think about all this, bro?
The Andor stuff is the biggest red flag, like kind of on many minds. What makes that issue more muddy is the fact that it's kind of like phone game with his comments about it. There isn't any actual proof of him saying that like he didn't like it. There's talk of it behind the scenes that have got out, but he's not on record saying anything negative about Andor. Only positive things, that he really enjoyed it and that he had a lot of fun with it. But there's people behind the scenes that have like know him that have said that he wasn't really keen on it, or at least that he wasn't keen on it going into it, and that it surprised him that he liked it. And that is the big I think that's the big test. Like, we know he knows how to handle Star Wars proper, for lack of a better term. It's going to be, how will Filoni handle giving us what we don't know we want?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how will he handle outside the box ideas that aren't the typical things? Because I think that he definitely plans on giving us regular, traditional Star Wars stuff. I feel like we'll definitely get more Skywalker Saga stuff with him in some way, shape, or form. And we'll definitely get more Clone Wars Saga Filoni verse stuff for sure in live action. It's how does he handle ideas brought to him that are outside of his wheelhouse, and how does he go about giving life to those ideas that don't necessarily vibe with what he has in mind. Where I think the more interesting story is as we've talked about, especially you have talked about many times, is how much of a rap Kathleen Kennedy took for decisions that were above her head from Bob Iger. And Bob Iger infamously was not the biggest fan of Lucas, the biggest fan of Star Wars in general.
Exactly.
Like, the lore was too complicated, just like how Feige has had to deal with some people worried about too much homework to enjoy a new Marvel movie. Iger felt the same way with Star Wars and pushed for a more mass appealing Star Wars, not realizing just how many people were interested in the lore and a lot of the Skywalker Saga ideas. He pushed getting away from. What's interesting about that is Iger's out in 2026 too. He is now transitioning to give the reins over to Josh D'Amaro. Josh D'Amaro is the head of Disney Enterprises, which runs the parks. the interesting thing about that is I was at Disney World last year, and I was surprised how much of the stuff was sequels driven, despite that being the least popular. I mean, at least the prequel stuff that was hated on when we were younger is kind of beloved now, and that there wasn't more OG stuff, which everyone loves. I was so surprised to see how much of it was still sequel, you know, and that is supposed to be transitioning, like Kylo and Rey. That's supposed to be old news, and they're going to be bringing in a lot more original trilogy entertainment to the park. So to me, that leads one to believe that the new head of CEO of Disney will be kind of on the same page when it comes to loving the lore and the Skywalkers and all that, just like Filoni, and that is good for Filoni because it sounds like that's less pushback that he'll have to do with, you know, getting his ideas across without having to fight with somebody who doesn't like the, you know, the Skywalker family or Clone Wars stuff. So there's that, but it also, that kind of also makes you wonder how much more Andor type stuff we'll get if both the Disney head and the Lucasfilm head both are married to old school Star Wars. So it's kind of a very interesting tale we've got going on here, because I love old school Star Wars stuff, but I do like fresh ideas. And I think that there's so much really interesting stuff in things like Acolyte and Andor that I'd like to see them explore, as well as, you know, stuff like more Luke stuff. Like I mean, a lot of people want to move on from Star Wars. I want to move on from Star Wars and keep Star Wars. I want to see Andor, and I would not be opposed to them doing getting some kid who looks like the dude who did the stunt double work for Luke fucking looks like Luke. Just use him and do a Luke show. It'd be fucking amazing. Give us Legends Luke in his prime. That's what everybody's always fucking wanted. They did a Vader show, whatever. But also give us the stuff like Acolyte. Also give us the weird stuff like Andor that wouldn't make sense until you did it and seen, oh shit, this actually works. I feel like it's a very similar situation, believe it or not, to DC. You have a new head at Warner Brothers, and then you have a new DC studio guy who's a super fan. Say what you will, but you know, stereotypically he's supposedly thought of as a super fan who has a very passionate ideas, and they seem to be on the same page, you know, whether working or not, they're on the same page. So I feel like we might see a very similar situation, because if you actually really enjoy Gunn, then all the stuff that's going on in DCU right now is just like, holy shit, so much of Gunn stuff. Like I'm having, you know, this is a super huge win. So if you like the Filoniverse stuff that we've already gotten, this might be a really great time to be a Star Wars fan, because you might have for the first time, the Disney and Lucasfilm heads on the same page, wanting the same things and passionate about the same things and pushing for the same things. That is going to motivate both of them to put out more stuff for us. And I think that could be like a really good thing, because I think we've gotten so much, such a muddy past few years, because there's been so many different opinions. Like I don't feel like Filoni and Kennedy and Iger all had the same ideas of what they should be doing.
Not the same vision, no.
So I think that's why we got either bullshit or nothing, and then every so often Star Wars, like Jeff Goldblum, like life will find a way. Star Wars is so great that even with incompetence, you get stuff like Andor with, you know, through anyways, and Mandalorian through anyways, at least the first couple of seasons. So imagine everybody like working together, what they could accomplish.
Yeah. I mean, that's and that's the thing. Like, I mean, they have, and I think that's why they basically paired him with Lin-Wen Brenner, because she's also was behind operations, you know, and everything running the way it did, even with Kathleen Kennedy, you know. So of course they're pairing him up with her, which should be a good match because you have a creative and someone who knows how to put those pieces together.
Just like Gunn, like they
Just
gave
like-
him a business
Yeah,
partner so he could
yeah,
focus on the creative shit because that's
yeah,
so
that's
between
him.
the two of them.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's just going to be interesting because I'm again, bro. We know that if Dave Filoni gives us too much of his world, then there's going to be those cries. But if he gives us a bit of his world, but then also gives us something fresh, something new, I still hope, I still have hopes that eventually someone will do a Knights of the Old Republic down the line, or at least mention, or I would love that. It's so much in that could be told. There's so much of that story that could be told. If
I feel
they
like
would
with
do
the type of climate that gives us that.
Yeah, it could be. Because again, we've had a lot of those characters, or at least part of the lore, fleshed out in some of his IPs. They've talked about these things. So it's an opportunity. That time that, years ago, now we could say years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, Kathleen Kennedy was, at Celebration or at one of the, I think it was like the D23, and they asked her about Knights of the Old Republic, and she's like, yeah, we're doing it. Where? You know what I mean? So hopefully,
which tells you somebody above her said, no, we ain't.
No, we ain't. And that's the thing. That's the crazy part. Somebody above her said, we decided, we ain't doing that. Good thought, though. Good idea. But we just ain't. You know what I mean?
Because saying no to that is like saying, I'll tell them what they like.
Yeah.
You have a whole community telling you, please just give us this, just give us this, just give us this. And it's almost like when everyone wanted the Snyder cut. It's like, we hate you because you're telling us what to do. So fuck you. It's just like it's just this like sick relationship with the fans. Like when they shit on something, they're at fault. When they love something, we ain't giving that to you. It's like like this toxic relationship with the fans because some fans are toxic. So it's like you shit on all the fans because of a not so big pocket that people think is big, but it's not as big because there's a lot more people that love Star Wars than hate it, to be quite honest. I mean, that's just basically the way it is. And I'm hoping that somebody like, Filoni sees it. And I see he sees it and sticks to a vision and creates something good. And I think there's an opportunity because, like you said, bro, you said this earlier, like, if they're not talking, like before we were like, stop talking about shit so much. Now they're not. They're quiet as fuck, and maybe they're brewing, and maybe that's a good thing. That they just shut the fuck up and get to work.
Well, don't treat Star Wars like Marvel. You can't treat Star Wars like Marvel. Like, look at all the stuff we're gonna do. It's like, please don't do that.
Don't do that. Please don't. Please, no.
I'd much rather it be a surprise. Show me a trailer that for a film I didn't even know was coming in a theater, and holy crap, hit me with that instead of here's the entire timeline for the next 3 years of what we're going to do. It's like, well, that's not very surprising. Yeah, it's surprising if you actually make it.
Yeah, because Marvel has done that and then put those movies out. That's why they're able to do that. But when DC does it, it's never the same list that they put up and had a big press conference about, or the second press conference, or the third PowerPoint presentation. It's never any of those things. It's always some random shit that you just came up after the fact, like the fucking 4th string that got in. So stop telling us. You're just making yourself look dumb. Stop promising your kids ice cream when you have no idea how busy you're going to be that day. It's like you're setting them up to be pissed off. Tell them, like, wait till all your ducks are in a row, and then say, kids, get in the car, we're going for ice cream, instead of telling them when you know that you might have to work.
Mm-hmm. Just
let it be a pleasant surprise. Let it be something that, holy crap, did you see the poster? Did you see the trailer for this new Star Wars thing? Holy crap. It hit us. It came out of nowhere. It walloped us. And now it's all we can talk about because it came out of nowhere. We weren't expecting it. We know nothing about it, but now it's all we can talk about because holy crap, there's new Star Wars coming. We didn't expect it, but apparently it's on the way.
Yeah.
Wow. As opposed to, let me look at my calendar because I plugged all these movies into my calendar as to when you said you're going to release them, and watching those dates come and go.
right?
It's like,
So,
well, apparently you were supposed to create what, Rangers of the New Republic. Where the hell did that go? Where did this Starfighter movie go? I know you were supposed to make this, and you were supposed to. Where's the Dawn of the Jedi? You've been talking about that for a hot minute. How about you just show us a trailer for something that you have the courage of your convictions that you stood by and actually made,
yeah,
and that you have confidence in, that you're going to put out, regardless of where the winds are blowing with the fandom. It's like, hey, guess what? We made this Star Wars movie. It's called this. Here's the trailer for it, and this is when it comes out.
yeah, pretty much. So, again, I'm rooting for Dave. I'm hoping he can pull this shit off, man. It'd be good if he could. He deserves a win. He does. He deserves to be. But I just hope that the fans, those who say that they love the Lord, bro, give it a chance. Give him a chance to show something. Give him a chance. You know what I mean? The regime is changing. Kathleen Kennedy, again, y'all whisked her out of there, and now she's gone. Now give this man a chance. So many people wanted to basically see him there. Now he's there. Give him a chance. Let's see him flesh out his vision. He's not basically by himself. Lin-Win Brenner is going to definitely help him out. You know what I mean? He still has Jon Favreau, with him. You know what I mean? He has a host of different directors that can actually help with him. I hope they give Bryce Dallas a chance at something, because her direction has been incredible. Some of the things that she's done has been absolutely, and plus, come on, man, she's cut from an incredible cloth. So just let her do it. You know what I mean? Let her do it. Let her do something. I'm hoping they give her a chance, and this definitely might be an opportunity for her to get that chance. So we'll definitely see. You know what I mean?
think we're due for a reset. I really do. A bit of a reset. And I think that I would love it if we didn't have any Star Wars live action for a hot minute. You can still do animation, but give people time to get excited and miss it.
Yeah.
As opposed to, we have enough Star Wars to last us a hot minute in live action. Just pick which movie or which show you want to watch, because there's a ton of, almost too much Star Wars, to the point where, you'll have people like myself who are like, Star Wars used to be special. And if you have pizza all the time, it's no longer special to have pizza. You're just having pizza all the time. It's pizza. You still like it. It's just now you don't look forward to it as much, because it's coming. We're gonna have pizza. Pizza night is every night. Oh God, that sounds terrible. So I think with next year being the anniversary, the 50th anniversary, I think, hey, if you hit us with like some classic Star Wars, but then also, give the prequels some love, then you build up all that excitement, you build up that goodwill, it's a year-long celebration of Star Wars. Maybe re-release the original trilogy, the whole original trilogy in theaters. And the parks are revamped, so it's more of a focus on the original trilogy and maybe even prequels. And then once you've gotten back into people's good graces, people have the feels again, then it's like, hey, guess what? Here's a new Star Wars movie. Holy crap. You know what? I like Star Wars again. Let's go and see the new Star Wars movie, instead of building from, as going back to that Mandalorian Grogu trailer, you're starting from behind, so to speak, in that instead of, building hype and coming out strong, it feels like you have to build up that goodwill. You have to build word of mouth.
It's like you have to climb that hill all over again.
Right.
When it was an easy coast down, now you have to climb back up that hill again, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the way it feels now, but I have a feeling it won't always feel that way if they're smart about it, if they believe in what it is that they're doing, if they let creatives do their thing. If a creative has a good idea and someone willing to defend that good idea from people, from those bean counters or whoever who's like, well, what if we chop it up, and what if we make it longer, and what if we do this, and what if we make it I know you want to make a movie, but let's make it a TV show. It's like, stop it.
Yeah.
You need to stop it.
You need to stop it. Yeah. Darth Malik's missing little jaw. As far as I know, after that, I mean, there's been talks about different things. They're still saying that Rogue Squadron is still on the table, and all these other things. We have, we still have Simon Kinberg's trilogy, and I think that's what they're going to focus on after that, because it's going to be a trilogy.
We got the first Jedi that was rumored. I don't know if that's and then the Rey film. So none of those are like in pre-production yet, but those are the ones thrown around.
Yeah, I think they're going to move the Rey film and blend it with Simon Kinberg's trilogy. That's what I think they're doing. I think they're going to put her in that trilogy, so it's not just a focus on just her, but other characters.
It would be a smart move, unfortunately.
I think that would be. Honestly, I think it would be, because as much as I would want to see, and as much as like I love the Rey character, her on her own right now is just not a good thing. As much hate as the character gets, but if you blend her in with a trilogy with everybody else around her, then that would make sense. Yeah, I mean, I think that would. So anyway,
you'd be setting her up if they did her. So
yeah, if they did that on her own, yeah, you already know. Dave's movie is actually on hold right now. They already said that. It's shelved for now. So we don't know. We just got to basically see. But hopefully we'll get something. But yeah, here's the Dave, man. Dave, do your thing, bro. We rooting for you. Just don't give us any more of them fucking Mandalorian and Grogu trailers no more, bro. Not like that. That shit was like soggy cornflakes.
The very interesting thing is this dude is a big fan of the Legends lore and the Disney top brass. All they knew is that they didn't want to use that, but they're not really too familiar with what's in it, because they let this motherfucker name a movie Heir to the Empire, and they probably don't even know that's a fucking book. That is the most famous book. It's just like, and they let him use Thrawn, and they let him use all these ideas from Legends that they said wasn't canon, that they didn't want to care to use, without making any kind of statement. So it's almost like he knows that they don't even know what the stuff in Legends is, and he can just use as much of it as he wants and just pretend like it's some new ideas.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
They have no idea. They have no idea what they're discounting. They have no idea. No one in the room has read it.
Yeah.
No one in the room has read Heir of the Empire. No one in the room has read any of the Legend stuff. And so people don't know what it is that they're tossing out. And then it's like, hey, I got this character I want to use. It's like, what's his name? Thrawn. It's like, ooh, sounds cool. It's like, yeah,
he's blue? Wow.
Wow.
Tell me more.
Tell me more. Meanwhile, you're just hiding the book Heir of the Empire and the other two books, just like putting it in your pocket. You're like, yeah. So it's kind of a new idea I had. It's like, no, it's not.
No, not really.
No, it's not.
Nah, not really. No. I'm sorry you feel that way, but no, it's not really.
No,
it's not really. Anyway, man, thank you guys out there for being here, man. Another great show, man. Good to be back. Hopefully we get some more news that we can talk about, probably next week or something like that, man. But definitely it's been a great show. Vinny, what's going on, bro?
Just looking forward to Monday comic talk with friends. We'll be talking more comic book stuff. I'll be caught up on some Absolute Wonder Woman, some DCK04. I got that in. I got to read that, and some other stuff. I'm sure there's always comic news to talk about. Other than that, I'll be just working more on organizing the collection, doing some R&R, and that's about it, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for stopping through as always. Definitely appreciate you. X, what's going on with you, brother?
Tomorrow's and actually just a few minutes is Friday the 13th. So it's my time to shine, baby. Friday the 13th this month, and we got a Friday the 13th next month, which is pretty flippin' fantastic. Me, myself being a horror fan. So myself and my better half, we're going to watch a whole marathon of Friday the 13th films and eat junk food and drink wine and slide right into, Valentine's Day, which there are a lot of good Valentine's Day horror movies as well. Yeah. My Bloody Valentine being one of them. Also Heart Eyes, which was actually quite good. A recent Valentine's Day horror movie / comedy, which is actually pretty damn good. But no, I thank you so much for having me on. It's always fun to talk about. I do still appreciate Star Wars, despite all of my bitching. I do still like Star Wars.
We complain because we love it so much. That's all.
I'm just being critical of it, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be there to see The Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm going to be there in the theater to see it, and I hope the theater is jam-packed with people. I hope there's cheering. I hope we're talking about it after the fact. I hope people are excited about it. I want to see action figures. I want to see posters. I want to see soundtracks. I want a new soundtrack for my vinyl soundtrack collection. Lay it on me if it's good. If it's good, let's go. Let's do it. Show me something I haven't seen before in the realm of Star Wars. But I would love to. Someone mentioned horror. Actually, we were just talking about horror. Star Wars horror. I still want to see Star Wars horror on the big screen. I think it lends itself quite well to it. There are a few books I've read. Red Harvest, Death Troopers, just to name two. Where Star Wars horror is indeed a thing, and it works quite well in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
So can't wait for that. But otherwise, let's see. We have Collector's Lounge on Sunday, and then Say What on Wednesdays.
Yes,
Very
we do.
exciting. And then, of course, Best of the Best on Thursdays. And then maybe another Uncivilized Scoundrel on. Maybe we should make our own AI Star Wars film and just show it to people and just
and see how it would work.
We've made Shadows of the Empire, but a non-problematic version of Star Wars Shadows of the Empire.
Don't get Lyle started. He will make a fan film where they just force dash him for 30
I was gonna say it's just all force dashing.
All force dash. He did this fucking speed. It'll be called speed run, not castle run.
Yeah, speed run.
Oh, fucking.
And the entire time they running, they fighting with lightsabers. That's it. Straight up, it'll work.
I think we need to get on that. I think
straight up,
$1 million idea.
I'm with it. Fuck it. Let's do it.
Make it happen, bro. Like you can see the speed. Only thing you can see is lightsabers flat. You can't see. You know what I mean? Yeah, why not?
I would like to review some of those AI. I find AI to be a lot problematic. I do. It's
extremely problematic, bro.
You know, there are some entertaining AI concoctions out there in the Star Wars.
Even if I wasn't an artist, it's so fucking problematic. I can't imagine how it's just. It's supposed to be like breaking rocks and digging ditches for us, and AI is replacing artists instead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I do not put it past the House of Mouse to go, hey, buddy, you want to just do this?
Because I've seen, I mean, there's some of the stuff looks bad, but I've seen some stuff that's starting to look a little too good. And just like all technology, it's going to be really good very soon. And then they're going to be like, wait, why are we, not even just artists, why are we paying our CG guys?
Yep.
We could just put, Kenobi versus Grievous in the prompt.
Yeah.
Sadly, we ain't going to get nothing new if that's the way things go. It's great at regurgitating.
Yep.
It's great at that. But if you really, long term, if you want this to actually last, if you want people to enjoy your stuff 10, 20, 30 years from now, you can't just keep recycling the same thing.
Same shit over and over again.
Because otherwise it's just like, no. It's the law.
They get told soon.
We need.
But they're gonna find a way to sneak that shit in live action. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna happen.
We're already getting intros. Like fuck Secret Invasion before you're using that as an intro. Like for real.
So Star Wars, stay Filoni, stay away from AI. Stay
away from it. Don't touch it. Let the fans
jobs.
Yeah. Let the fans do that shit. Maybe it gives you a push to make some good shit. But you don't have to touch that AI shit. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You went far. Deepfake was as far as you needed to go. Don't do anything else beyond that. Not beyond that. Don't do it. Please don't. Because now deepfake, I don't need people to even talk about deepfake anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Like they don't. Deepfake had its moment for 2 years. 2 years. And then AI came and said, fucking hold my beer. You're putting you out of a job.
Now it's a blanket term. Anything that people can't explain is AI.
Yeah, it's AI. That's just basically it. That's the way it is. So anyway, thank you guys out there. Great show, man. We will probably be back. Hopefully we can come back next week and do something. I think about what we can talk about. We'll probably just do a powwow, figure it out. But other than that, man, thank you guys for being here. Again, if you can't do nothing else, enjoy your weekend, but also stay always uncivilized, man. We are out. Peace, love, and great stuff. See you again.
So uncivilized.